Hope you understand why we can't include you this year, my aunt said on the phone, her voice dripping with fake sympathy. The lake house just doesn't have room for, well, everyone. In the background, I heard my cousins laughing. That night, I scrolled through social media and saw the photos, all 15 of them. Glasses raised, smiling at the camera. There was plenty of room, just not for me. My name is Maya. I'm 29 years old, and for most of my life, I accepted being treated like I didn't belong. My parents died when I was 8. A car accident on a rainy November night. After that, my Aunt Patricia and Uncle James took me in. They fed me. They housed me. They reminded me constantly how grateful I should be. I grew up in their shadow, in their country club world of cocktail parties and designer clothes and conversations about stock portfolios and vacation homes. I never fit. I worked as a community event coordinator for a nonprofit. I spent my weekends at shelters and community centers. I preferred volunteering to golf tournaments. They preferred I didn't exist. I got the leftovers at dinner, the smallest bedroom, the comments about my thrift store clothes and my charity work phase that I'd supposedly grow out of. I wasn't rich. I wasn't glamorous. But I had something they didn't expect. I just didn't know it yet. If you've ever been pushed aside by family, subscribe right now and tell me where you're watching from. Because what happened next changed everything. Christmas was 3 weeks away when the group text came through. My phone buzzed at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. I glanced at the screen, a family group chat I didn't even know existed. Except someone had accidentally added me. My cousin Ashley had written, "Thank God we don't have to pretend with Maya this year. She always makes things so awkward." My stomach dropped. Uncle James responded, "She never really belonged anyway. Different stock." I scrolled up. The thread had been going on for weeks. Everyone coordinating gifts, meals, activities, planning the perfect family Christmas at Aunt Patricia's estate. Another message from my cousin Brad. "Remember when she wore that thrift store dress to Easter?" Mortifying. Ashley again. "At least we won't have to deal with her charity stories and poor people problems." Laughing emojis, heart reactions, 15 people, all of them in on it. I took screenshots. My hands shook so badly I almost dropped my phone. Then I remembered something. 3 months ago, my grandmother Eleanor had passed away. My mom's mom. She'd been estranged from the family for years. They'd treated her the same way they treated me. Not wealthy enough, not prestigious enough. Her lawyer had called about an inheritance, but I'd been too grief-stricken to deal with the details, too overwhelmed to open the envelope he'd sent. It was sitting in my desk drawer, unopened. Maybe it was time to change that. The Facebook post went up 2 days later. Ashley posted photos of place settings, elegant, expensive, gold chargers and crystal glasses. The caption read, "Getting ready for our intimate family Christmas. Bashua's blessed Koshchar's family first." I counted the place settings. 15 exactly. An old friend from high school commented, "Looks beautiful. Is Maya coming?" Ashley's response came fast. "It's just for the core family this year, core family." The words hit like a slap. Public, permanent, posted for everyone to see. I wasn't core family. I was the extra, the burden, the one they tolerated when they had to and excluded when they could. A week before Christmas, I ran into Aunt Patricia at the grocery store. I was buying ingredients for a Christmas meal I was helping coordinate at the homeless shelter. Potatoes, carrots, bags of flour. She saw my cart and smiled. That tight, condescending smile I knew so well. "Still playing savior to strangers?" she said, loud enough for people in the next aisle to hear. "That's why you never fit in, Maya. We believe in helping family first." I kept my voice steady. "I would if I had one." Her smile didn't waver. Don't be dramatic. You're just not holiday dinner material. You'd make everyone uncomfortable. Other shoppers glanced over. A woman with 2 kids. An elderly man selecting canned goods. My face burned. Patricia adjusted her designer purse and walked away, heels clicking on the tile floor. I stood there, frozen, humiliated, hating myself for caring. But it got worse. On December 20th, Uncle James called. "Maya," he said, his voice friendly in that fake way that always meant he wanted something. "We heard about your grandmother's passing. Terribly sad. If she left you anything, we could help you invest it properly. We're family, after all." "I thought I wasn't core family?" I said. He didn't miss a beat. "Don't be sensitive. Someone with your limited experience could easily waste an inheritance. We're just looking out for you." "Right. And don't take the Christmas thing personally," he added. "We have a certain standard to maintain. You understand?" I hung up. Then I called the lawyer. What they didn't know was what Grandmother Eleanor's envelope actually contained. Not just money. A 12-acre lakefront estate with a historic mansion in the neighboring town. The lawyer explained it over the phone. Eleanor had been estranged from the family for decades. They'd pushed her out the same way they'd pushed me out. Not glamorous enough, not connected enough. So she'd built a quiet life running a community center there, hosting holiday dinners for people who had nowhere else to go, for people who needed belonging. The property was worth over $2 million. But to me, it was proof that someone had loved me. The will included a letter. I opened it with shaking hands. "Maya," it read. "They made me feel invisible too. But real family isn't blood. It's chosen. This house is for people who needed a home. Make it yours." I'd visited the estate once after the funeral. It needed work, but it had good bones, high ceilings, warm wood floors, a stone fireplace big enough to stand in. I'd planned to sell it. I was overwhelmed, grieving, alone. But now I had a better idea. They wanted to exclude me from their holiday. Fine. I'd create one they'd never forget. I called Devin first. He was a caterer I'd worked with on dozens of nonprofit events. Talented, kind. The kind of person who'd drop everything to help a friend. "You want to do what?" he said when I explained. "Maya, that's in 5 days." "I know it's crazy, but I have the budget. Grandma left funds for estate maintenance." There was a pause. Then, "I'm in. Let's make it magical." Over the next 4 days, we worked like we were preparing for a royal wedding. I reached out to my nonprofit network, community centers, shelter volunteers, local churches. I sent out an open invitation, holiday dinner at Eleanor Estate, December 25th, 4 p.m. Everyone welcome. You are wanted here. Word spread on Facebook groups and community boards. Meanwhile, my family's arrogance reached new heights. Ashley posted about their exclusive family celebration with hashtags like "saw blessed" and "family first." Uncle James left me a voicemail. "Still waiting to hear about that financial planning meeting, Maya." On December 23rd, Aunt Patricia texted, "Heard Eleanor left you her old property. If you need help cleaning it out for sale, Ashley could coordinate estate sales." I replied, "I'm keeping it. Actually, I'm using it this Christmas." Her response came fast. "For what? One of your charity things? How appropriate." I didn't answer. At the estate, Devin's team prepped food for 200 people. Volunteers strung lights across the porch and through the trees. Local musicians offered to play. A college student studying photography volunteered to document everything. I found my grandmother's decorations in the attic. Beautiful, handmade, full of love. On Christmas Eve, Devin stood beside me looking at the transformed mansion. Your family has no idea what's coming, do they? He said. None, I replied. Christmas Day arrived cold and clear. By 3:30 p.m., the estate glowed with light. Warmth poured from every window. Cars started arriving, families from the shelter, elderly folks from the community center, immigrants from the nonprofit where I worked, volunteers, neighbors, people I'd never met who'd seen the invitation and just wanted to belong somewhere. By 4 p.m., nearly 250 people filled the mansion and spilled onto the grounds. A local news crew showed up. Devin had tipped them off about the community Christmas at historic Eleanor Estate. I was greeting guests near the entrance when I saw the black Mercedes pull up. 4:30 p.m. Aunt Patricia stepped out first, then Uncle James, then Ashley. All of them in designer clothes, all of them looking confused. Patricia approached slowly, taking in the crowd, the lights, the cameras. "Maya," she said, "what is all this?" I was wearing my grandmother's vintage dress, deep green velvet. It fit perfectly. "This is Christmas," I said. "Grandma used to host these. I'm continuing her tradition." Ashley's eyes went wide. "Wait, you inherited this estate?" Grandma wanted it to go to someone who understood what family actually means. Uncle James stepped forward, his face shifting as he calculated the property's value. "You didn't tell us it was this place is worth being part of," I said. "Yes, Uncle James, it is." Patricia recovered quickly. She always did. "We're family," she said, smiling that tight smile. "I'm sure there's room for us." "You said I wasn't core family," I interrupted. "You said I wasn't holiday dinner material." "You were right. This isn't for people like you." Devin appeared at my side. "Maya, the news wants to interview you about your grandmother's legacy and the monthly community dinners you're planning." I looked at Patricia, at James, at Ashley. "You're welcome to stay," I said. "But not as VIPs, as guests. Same as everyone, no special treatment." Patricia's face went pale. "You can't be serious." "These people are my real family," I said. "The ones who showed up when invited, the ones who know what it means to be welcomed." Ashley whispered urgently, "Mom, the news is filming." James tried one more time. "Let's not be hasty." "I'm done being excluded," I said. "I'm done feeling less than. You wanted me out of your family holiday, so I made my own. And unlike yours, everyone's actually wanted here." They stood there for a moment, frozen, humiliated. Then Patricia turned on her heel and walked back to the car. James and Ashley followed. The news camera captured them driving away. I went back inside. An elderly woman from the community center hugged me. "Your grandmother would be so proud." I looked around, at the faces, the laughter, the warmth. Music played. Food covered every surface. Stories were shared. Kids ran through the halls. No exclusion, no judgment. No place settings counted to make sure someone was left out. For 21 years, I'd begged for a seat at their table. I never realized I could build my own. And it would be so much bigger, warmer, and fuller than theirs ever was. Their exclusive holiday had 15 people. Mine had hundreds. For once, their silence didn't hurt me. It freed me. If you've ever had to stand up to family betrayal, hit subscribe and tell me your story. This mansion isn't just mine anymore. It's for everyone who needs a place to belong. Where are you watching from? Drop it below. I always check. And if you're spending the holidays alone or excluded, remember, the family you choose can be bigger and better than the one you were born into. Your story deserves to be heard. Share it with us.